Start moving in from outside if you would. Right down to the back. Come on in, everyone. Kelly, can we kill the music? Thank you. Come on in, find a seat. And it's just like school, the front row is wide open. Well, thank everybody for being here tonight. We'll get rolling pretty quick. We want to thank right off the beginning the studios at Key West. I was excited about trying this out. What a great space. Jed, raise your hand, Jed. Jed is the king of the studios over there. Also, you can, if you want to text your friends and wave the camera, we're live streaming again. So if anybody wants to send a message to their friends in Minnesota or wherever, it's hometownkey-west.com, and FloridaKeys.com has been doing this for us for many years, and Kelly's in the back over there. So please, we do keep track of it, so I want to get the numbers up to see who's live streaming so we can kind of experiment. And then we'll take that live stream and put it on our YouTube page for everybody to go back and watch over and over and over. Just like we did at Salute a few weeks ago, we're kind of doing a little different format this year. And that because there's a fairly limited number of city races due to the off-year election that we're aligning, the city aligned, we're going to do the candidates for Utility Board and Utility Board, which is Keys Energy, and the Key West City Commission first. Then we'll take a very brief little intermission. And then we're going to allow the candidates that have signed up to run for 2016 elections, they'll have 90 seconds to introduce themselves and say, hello to everybody. So with that, let's just get going. We're going to start off with Utility Board Group 1, Jim Marquardt. And we're doing reverse, I'm trying to do reverse alphabetical order just to keep it fair. So, but I'll probably screw up, so don't throw rocks at me. Jim, 2 minutes.
The only time I like being number 1 is on election day. I'm sorry. I was supposed to be number 2. They switched it last minute. But thank you for having us here. I appreciate it. For those of you who don't know me, I have a bunch of bio information there. I don't want to really waste the time for that, but I wanted to get to know you and you to get to know me with my financial background. My background is radio, television, and hospitality. For my entire career, I've worked award-winning, and I've worked with multi-million-dollar budgets in all 3 aspects of my career. With what I can bring to the utility board is my background with that financial eye for budgets and expenses, especially the expense side. I'm very passionate about pensions, keeping our seniors, our employees, and our soon-to-be retiring employees comfortable. So that's the second thing that I would keep my eye on, is the pension fund with Keys Energy. I work well with people. I'm a team builder at the hotel. I'm a general manager for the Gardens Hotel for 5 years. And we have lots of venues there, but the Gardens Hotel is a clean, green running machine. We've been greening it and bringing in sustainable energy, sustainable energy for the 5 years that I've been there. Recently, we just put in the Tesla charging stations and a cross connect. And our entire property is watered by reclaimed water, claimed from 3 of our buildings through cistern. We have solar power for our laundry facilities. We use propane. These are some things that you can do as homeowners. And these are things that I would stress for you as homeowners to reduce your energy bill. My energy bill at my house is 1,000 square feet. It's $149 a month. We're clean and electric, and I just put covering elastometric on my home, and it's brought our bill quite a bit down further from that. So these are things that I can do for you, and I'd appreciate your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Something for those that are speaking, the illustrious Richard Grusin here is our timer, and he'll give you the high sign, and if you see me come up and stand next to you, I do like you, but I'm kind of giving you the boot. Also, for true reverse alphabetical order, Steve Wells has registered to vote for this group. He's out of town, I guess on a family trip, so can't be here, so he can't speak. The next up will be Donna Balsall. Where's Donna? No, she's oh, come on up, Donna. 2 minutes.
Thank you, Todd. I I'm going to do after following up from a radio voice. When are the 2 times that we think about Keys Energy Services? When the lights go out and when we pay our monthly electric bill. And although we collectively own this public utility, we typically pay little attention to it. But each of us has a major stake in this very large business that provides us with essential service to over 28,000 customers. I'm Donna Bosel, and I'm running for the seat on the board of directors of this business because I have the experience needed to help guide it. And like each one of you, one of my family's largest expenses is that of the monthly electric bill. 2 of the biggest expense lines on the utility board budget are employee compensation and facilities. Having worked for 6 years as HR manager for the Florida Keys Electric Co-op and having earned a certificate in collective bargaining from Cornell University, I have the training and experience to deal with the complex employee compensation issues that face utility services today. And I have working knowledge of our electric utility facilities, including the tie line to the mainland, as well as the new Keys Energy Administration building, for which I served as land use planner. As my prospective employers, please check out my job references. I'm posting my resume on my election website, and I invite you to speak with my fellow board members on the Keys community organizations that I've served on for the past 28 years, including Habitat for Humanity, HARP, Hospice VNA, Monroe County Art and Public Places, Upper Keys Rotary, Keys Children's Foundation, and Yamaki Artists Fund. My references will tell you that I'm responsible, hardworking, and cooperative with staff and board members. Thank you for considering me, Donna Bosel, for the Utility Board Member Group 1.
Thank you, Donna. Next up, Utility Board Group 4, Christine Gorham, come on up.
Hi there. Thank you, Studios of Key West and Hometown PAC. I'm happy to be here as a candidate for Utility Group 4. I have been active in the community for 31 years of living in Key West in various entities as board of directors for Mallory Square Sunset Celebration, the Key West Film Society. I was one of the founding members and volunteers. I am a semi-retired, not retired, piano tuner. I've built up a huge network of customers. I work well with people. I am here to serve in such a way that I feel I can be effective. I have a passion about solar energy. I feel that it's important to keep the rates affordable. Consumers are hit with this huge bill every month, and it needs to maintain an affordable amount. I also want to assure that there is adequate training and compensation benefits to retain long-term staff. I think this is very important. I also want to emphasize my support of solar installation. I think renewable and sustainable energy can save money for both the utility company and the consumer. Climate change denial is over. I think Key West can lead by an example and make a difference. So let's do the right thing today and set an example and make the difference for tomorrow. I feel it would affect our tomorrow in a very positive way to encourage solar installation and decline the carbon emissions. I think that's a very important thing today. Climate change is very, 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 very important. So Florida's a sunshine state. Let's step up to the plate. Vote green for Christine Gorham. Utility Board.
If you rhyme, you get an extra couple seconds. All right, next up would be the incumbent for Group 4, Ms. Mona Clark.
Good evening. First, I'd like to thank the Studios of Key West and Hometown for giving us and inviting us this evening. And I'd also like to thank all of you that are in attendance and for the fact that you take this as an important step in government. That is very important. My name, as most of you know, is Mona C. Clark, and I'm a member of the Utility Board of Key West. I've been on the board since 2004. Presently, I'm the vice chair of our board. I like to consider myself an advocate for people and for the community. It's a focus and definitely a priority to continue to power Paradise efficiently, safely, and reliably. I think reliability is a most important factor, and I want for it to be safe. We need for it to be safe. At the same time, it's really important that we work for our customers, and we've done that over the years in trying to keep our rates reasonable. We've tried to not have increases over the past several years, and we've worked hard at trying to do that. That is important to us. It's important to everyone. Since 2008, our rates have decreased by 28%. We take pride in providing our ratepayers with effective, friendly customer service. We have a quality workforce. We have a workforce of dedicated and committed people. We have several.
You have a lot of rhyming to do.
Okay. I rhyme, but I rhyme long. My name is Mona C. Clark, and I'm running for re-election to the Utility Board of Key West, Group 4. Vote for me on October 6th, and I look for your support. I rhyme on paper.
Thank you, Mona. I was trying to let her finish, but she had a few more pages there. All right, so up to Group 5. Sticking with our reverse alphabetical order, Tom Malone. Where's Tom? Come on up, Tom.
I think most of you know me, either directly or you know of me. I've been in town for 14 years, and during that time I've served on a total of 6 boards. I'm currently the vice chair of the Citizen Review Board, which I believe most of you have heard about. And I'm running for the Utility Board because I feel I can bring a fresh perspective. I have experience serving on boards, and there are things I'd like to talk about. Aside from keeping the rates affordable, by watching expenditures and sources of revenue, I want to talk about the customer service charge, which I refer to as a gimmick. And I believe it's a gimmick by Keys Energy to avoid raising your electric rates. And this customer service charge is just for being a customer. It doesn't go for electricity. The electricity is extra. And if you're a resident, you pay $180 a year for a customer service charge, which is 2.5 times what it was in 2012. If you're a small business, you pay $339, which is 4 times as much as you paid in 2012. And if you are a large business, you pay $1,131, which is about 3 times as much as you paid in 2012. So they're using the customer charge to be able to say that they're not raising the rates. And I feel that that's wrong. I feel it's misleading. I feel that you should only pay for the electricity that you use. When you go into the grocery store, you pay for the groceries you buy. You don't pay because you're one of their customers. And the same thing should apply to Keys Energy. I'll also be talking during the course of the campaign about renewables, solar, wind, water turbines. And I also feel that Time is up, of course. I have a Facebook page. I like Tom Malone for Utility Board, Group 5. I would appreciate your support. Please vote early or vote on October 6th. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Next up for Group 5 is Charles Bradford.
I won't repeat my speech from Salute because everybody's already heard all that. But in addition to the 2,600 new poles that we put in to do the storm hardening, I'd like to ask a couple of questions. Where do you think the highest cost of living in the state of Florida is? Here. Really? Yeah. Where do you think the highest cost for water and sewer is in the state of Florida? Surprised? Where do you think the highest food and gas, sorry Tony, in the state of Florida is? Where do you think the 13th highest electric rate is? Key West. When I got on the board in 2006, we were #1 in the state of Florida, and we stayed there for a couple of years. The board has worked very hard for the last 6 years to bring down the rates. At the same time, building a system that you can be proud of, and then you can feel comfortable that when we get our next storm, we're going to get you back up and running as soon as we can. Unfortunately, this summer makes it sound bad, and you know what I'm talking about, Al. We haven't had any rain, and we really need rain, and rain cleans off everything, and it keeps the corrosion from starting and everything, so we have had some small outages. But all in all, I think that you have to understand that we have no control over that part of the climate. The other thing I wanted to say is, people will get up here and they're going to say, we need solar. And we're in Florida. By God, we ought to have solar. And would you like to make a guess? There's 29,000 customers in Keys Energy. Do you know how many of them are on what's called net metering? Which means they've contacted us so that if they generate more electricity with their solar array, they'll get credit for it. You know how many? 29.01%. So it's one of those things that people want it. They want world peace, but they still fund the military. We want solar energy, but nobody is going to buy it. Nobody's out there buying it. Okay, thank you very much. My name is Charlie Bradford. I'm the incumbent for Group 5, and I've been on the board since 2006, and I would like your vote. Thank you.
Thanks, Charlie. Before we get to the city commission candidates, I wanted to, where's Jimmy Weekly? I saw him somewhere. Oh, well, he's in the lobby. So if you like the food, thank Fausto's. They don't give it to us for free, but they give us a discount. And if you don't like the food, Jimmy's cell phone number is 305-797-1440. All right, with that, we'll get right to District 2 City Commission. This is an open seat. This is a seat Mark Rossi currently occupies. Sticking with our reverse alphabetical order. I'm doing good so far. We're going to bring up former mayor of Key West, Morgan McPherson.
Key West has some unique opportunities in front of it. Now it's about stewarding those opportunities. To steward those opportunities, we need somebody that's strikingly balanced. Somebody that can take us up, but isn't over the top. We need somebody that knows where Tallahassee is and Washington is and can bring the funds back. We need somebody that understands how to work through the maze of bureaucratic government and municipal services and get something done. I'm Morgan McPherson, candidate for District 2 City Commission, or as some of my signs say, candidate for City Commission. I come in with a core belief. That is that we need to collectively refocus our issues. Those issues being essential municipal services and taxes. Essential municipal services, streets, sidewalks, ballparks, those things that keep our community vibrant. Those things that we need, that's what government's for, not charity. Our community is good at charity, but we shouldn't focus on those things that are not core essential services. Secondly, taxes. Last year, the city of Key West raised your taxes 5%. They took those funds out of the fund balance. This year, they're proposed to raise your taxes 13%. Everybody else is tightening their belt, they're getting bigger pantses. As former mayor of the city of Key West, I know what it's like to make difficult decisions. I know what it's like to understand the difference between a need and a want. I like to say that there's something missing from the commission. It's not an S, it's leadership. Please, whether you vote early, whether you vote absentee, or on election day, Morgan McPherson, candidate for District 2. Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan. Also running for District 2 is Sam Kaufman.
Hi, everybody. Sam Kaufman. You know, I haven't had this many people forced to listen to me since my bar mitzvah in 1983, 32 years ago. Well, it's been a wonderful experience for me so far running for office. I've spent a lot of time walking door to door the last few weeks, and I have to tell you, our neighbors are struggling. Our neighbors are struggling. Core essential services, of course, Mr. McPherson is right about that. But we are at crisis proportions here. Our neighbors cannot afford to live here. Your neighbors cannot afford to live here. I'm walking Stadium Trailer Park, Roosevelt Gardens. You look at Solana Village. People cannot afford to live here. We're going to lose more and more people. The number one priority for the city of Key West must be increasing the number of permanently affordable housing units. That's it. That's got to be number one. We will not be able to sustain our community. We will not be able to build community if we don't continue to have our neighbors here. And we have to do this. It has been a wonderful experience. It reminds me why I first moved here and the joy I had when I first moved to Key West 17 years ago, meeting people door to door. The most wonderful thing about Key West are the people here. It's amazing what community we have, what a community we've built. We should be proud of ourselves. No one else in Florida walk up and down the street and say hello to each other. I mean, this is a wonderful, loving community, but we will not sustain it without having the people here. We have to do something about it. We need to increase the number of units. We have to address after-school activities for kids, the cost of childcare, the cost of healthcare. This is a major issue. With that being said, I've been an attorney here for 17 years. I've been an advocate for my clients. I want to now be an advocate for you. I want to make progress. We have to do that on these issues. Thank you very much. Please vote for me on October 6th.
Thank you, Sam. Next up is City Commission District 4. This is a seat currently held by Tony Yannis, and he'll be first. Commissioner Yannis.
First of all, I think it's important to say thank you to everybody who comes out to these things and to all the citizens out there that want to get involved. I always say that it takes informed and engaged citizens to guarantee a good form of government. I don't have a lot to say. I feel like I said at the last meeting, I'm going to let my record, my body of work speak for itself. Everybody knows that I've represented working families, senior citizens, the young people of the community, and that's where I'm going to go with that. I think that I've worked hard for the last 4 years. We have a lot accomplished, different areas, from things as little as the lights in the soccer field to resodding of the Truman property to trying to get affordable workforce housing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you all know that. It's part of the record. So what I'm going to say to you is, I feel confident that we've done the work. I feel confident I've learned a lot in the last 4 years. I can tell you it's a tough job, a demanding job. I'm glad to do it. I'm asking for your support to give me another term. As you know, I am endorsed by the working family and the seniors and the young people in the community. And I want to say that I'm very, very proud to say that last night, the Key West Firefighter Locals 1424 also endorsed me for commissioner, and I'm really proud of that. That's who I represent. If nothing else, I always like to leave people with this. It is important as elected officials that we let you know that it is an inevitable truth that every voice counts and every vote counts. And if we can accomplish that, if I can accomplish for you to believe that that is a true fact, then I've done my job. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Next up for District 4 is retired Judge Richard Payne.
Thank you, and thank you for coming tonight. Let me tell you why I'm running for City Commission. I have grandchildren in this community. I want my grandchildren and your grandchildren to be able to continue to live in this community. And that's not going to happen unless we start planning for that right now. Every day, houses and property for houses is being converted into transient rentals or luxury apartments for wealthy people. Once these apartments are put into place, they take away workforce housing, the people that actually work. And we need to start changing that right away. And be careful about that, what we're doing in granting these transient rental licenses and these luxury apartments. Once those apartments or homes are filled, they're empty 50 weeks a year. And they're not occupied by families that are working here. And so that's what I want to do. I want to work and get this shortage of housing that's affecting our working force. We need to ameliorate that. We need to start making plans and passing ordinances and doing what we have to do to preserve it so that our grandchildren can live here and work here and raise their families like we did. So that's why I'm in this, why I came out of retirement, and it means a lot to me. And this should be our #1 priority on the City Commission, is preserving and protecting working class, working force housing. And that's what I stand for. And there's other issues too, yes, revenue, the taxes, that's causing problems, increasing that 5% last year and then 13% now, and who knows what it'll end up. And that's all pushed off, and it's going to cause and exacerbate our housing situation once again. So I'd ask for your support October 6th so that I can work on this problem, ameliorating this and working on this shortage to put it to erase it. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. All right, next up will be District 5. This is the seat currently held by Terry Johnson. She decided not to run again. So we will bring up first candidate, Margaret Romero. Margaret?
Good evening, and thank you all for being here. Yes, I'm Margaret Romero, sometimes called the one with the bun, but I didn't wear my hair in a bun tonight. I am a hometown girl, but I'm not part of the Boba system, and I'm not part of the special interest. When I came back home after retiring from IBM after 30 years, I completed my career there as an executive consultant. I came back home, and believe it or not, Richard Gruson was one of the first people I met, because I started getting involved back, 2006, 2007, on the whole questions about affordable housing. Well, one question led to another. Because of my inquisitive and analytic nature, I kept asking questions over and over, and I didn't always like the fact that there weren't answers, or I didn't like the answers I was getting. And since then, I became what you might call a staple at City Commission meetings over the last 6 or 7 or 8 years. I can't even keep track anymore. I ask the hard questions, and I ask those questions based on the research I do to find out what's really behind it. How will all of the citizens benefit from it? What are we doing to think about the majority of people in this town, whether they're the working folks, the children? I mean, like, why have we lost Easter seals? Anybody ever wonder about that? Our young people, our seniors. I care about our community. Now, I know only the folks in District 5 can vote for me. And so if you live in District 5, I ask you, please vote for me. If you are someone who does not live in District 5, I would still like your support. to encourage those in District 5 to vote for me. While I know my major job will be to represent the citizens of District 5 primarily, I see it as my job to represent everybody in this community. Will I be fair? Yes. Will I be open-minded? Yes. So please say yes to me and give me your support to become the District 5 Commissioner. Thank you.
Thank you, Margaret. Next up, Mike Mongo. Come on up, Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Mongo, cha-cha-cha-cha. Hello, my name is Mike Mongo, and I am running for City Commissioner District 5. And a lot of times I get to go to these events, and I'm very busy and I'm very active. I'm out a lot of times, and my wife she builds assisted living facilities, and so she's as busy as I am, and a lot of times our schedules don't match. But tonight, our schedules match, and my wife is here tonight. I'm really happy about that. Hallelujah! I love that woman. All right, my name is Mike Mongo. I'm running for City Commissioner District 5. And the reason I'm running, you know what, I've been participating in the process for many years now. And it's a great privilege. A lot of times you're supposed to have hot ticket issues when you run for office. So if I had hot ticket issues, I would say there would be same issues I've been working on for many years now. It'd be nearshore water quality. I think that's super important. I spend a lot of time in the water. I encourage people to spend time in the water. It would be free Wi-Fi for our island. Oh boy, I've been advocating for that. That's a good one. And we can do that now. We can really do that. I have a pretty good idea. For residents, I would like it if residents could get a parking pass that allow us to park in any meter spot for like $100 a year. Just that little simple thing. And the reason that's important to me is because a lot of times I've seen that it's almost like a contentious relationship that somehow we've come to foster. We've got great people working at the city, and we've got great residents and neighbors, and yet somehow or another we have these challenges. And I think that from the top down is where that message comes from. That if we give the message that we can work together and we can have a great life and we can have fun together, then I think that everybody else will reproduce that message with one another. Thank you. My name is Mike Mongo. I'm running for City Commissioner District 5, and I would appreciate your vote.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, that concludes the first official half. We'll take a very quick intermission so everybody can parch their thirst. And quick note, the reason you can hear me is due to Kelly Friend, who's around here somewhere, running board. AV in Paradise, Audio Video in Paradise, they've been with us from the beginning. So 4 minutes, and we'll get going. And these will be the candidates for... Find the seats, everyone, please. Okay, while everybody's finding their seats, Sheldon has asked me to remind everybody that these events aren't free for us. They do cost money to buy the food, rent the place, do the rest. Quiet down, everyone, please. So please do join Hometown. It's very reasonable. And as a technical detail, we do year to year. So if you join, well, if you're joining this year, it's for this election. It's an election by election is the easy way to do it. So even if you joined 6 months ago, that was for last year. So if you join early, you get your money's worth, even though they're free anyway. So. I don't know, what do you got? You could cater our events forever for free. As we get going, we're going to start. This part of the process is a little unique for us in that we're going to bring up candidates that have already registered to run for 2016. And again, we did that because we want to bring you out here for a half hour. So with that, I want to bring up one of our people that's registered to run next year as our supervisor of elections, Joyce Griffin. And although it's a little bit unique, I I want to let Joyce explain that right now you can still register to vote for this year's election and next year's. So she's the expert, Joyce Griffin. She's going to do a 2-for-1.
Hi, how y'all doing? I just love this. I love to see everybody getting informed. It's just part of the system. If you're not informed and you don't know what you're voting for, don't guess. You'll never hear any Tallahassee tell you that, but you don't have to vote a complete ballot. You can leave questions empty, and guessing is not good. No, and you all won't have to because you're being informed. The books are still open to register to vote. Books close for registering 29 days before every election. So even after they close for October, you can still register for the November election. Next March is our presidential preference primary. We have that once every 4 years, and that's really heating up, isn't it? And so right now, we have about 3,200 absentees requested for the City of Key West elections. About 3,200 for the whole city. I have applications here. Earlier in the year, we sent out 3,000 letters to people whose absentee ballot request had expired. They're good for 2 general elections if you fill it out to be, as they say, forever, but there is no real forever or permanent. There really isn't a permanent. And out of the 3,000 letters we sent out, we only got 1,000 back. So there's 2,000 people out there who may be expecting a ballot that's not going to get it. Another thing to be very important is voting in the right place. If you've moved, you can go online and check out and put in a change of address right there online. It is a felony to vote outside of your precinct. So, I'm informing. Look, he's cut me off and I haven't yet said, vote for Joyce Griffin. Our website is Keys, K-E-Y-S, elections with an S.org. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Joyce. Her office has been great to hometown. And if you want to see how a part of government that works, go down to the supervisor of elections office, ask them anything. It's a joy to work with them. So, all right. I think this year's city commission races are looking to be interesting. Next year we have another 3 city commission races and the mayor's race, which is already shaping up to be quite the race. I thought we were going to have 2. I'm going to pick on him a little bit because Sloan Bashinsky threatened to be here tonight. He's not. So, oh, did you register? Did you sign up? Then you can't talk. Well, Ed Crane is, so Ed gets to talk. I didn't see you over there. I would have said even worse things about you if I knew you were here. So, come on up, Ed.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, hometown Pat. In the next few months, next year, we'll have some quality, extensive time to talk about platforms, the issues. I had an ad in the Citizen that had my platforms. So I look forward to chatting with everybody. Key West is an amazing town. I've lived a lot of places and I love Key West. In fact, I'm not new to this whole campaign process. I've helped with 6 campaigns in Monroe County. I'm 6-0 in that deal. And I do my homework. I read the Citizen every day. Gwen and Mandy do a phenomenal job. Thank you, thank you. Bill Becker, I listen to Bill Becker's show all the time. Bill, great job, thank you. Yay! And Joyce Griffin, keep up the great work. A lot of people know me from the Blast magazine and my work on Good Morning Florida Keys with Jenna. But I'd like you to know me as the politician, and once again, we'll have some extensive time to talk about the issues, all the great stuff going on in Key West. Commissioner Yanez, thank you so very much for your service Commissioner Weekly. Margaret, it's amazing all the time that you spend in just knowing all this stuff, and you spending time, like just knowing all this stuff. I don't know Mike that well, but Mike, you seem like a nice guy, and have a great summer, everybody.
All right, thank you, Ed. Next up, we have someone already registered for the Monroe County Clerk's Office. So be Kevin Maddock. Kevin?
Oh, thank you, Todd. And I'd say these lights are bright, so that'll be my rhyme for more time. My name is Kevin Maddock, and I'm running to be your next county clerk. I've been asked why I want to run for this office again, particularly with all the problems. And the answer is the stellar reputation of the clerk's office, its importance to the county, and my 8 years' experience as being part of that legacy. Historically, the clerk's office has been the solid foundation that enabled other county functions to run well. The clerk's office has always been the final word for fiscal and budget issues. Well, folks, with the current turmoil in the office, the high rate of staff turnover, and the repeated critical audits which reveal inadequate controls, that foundation itself is crumbling. And the most important point I want to make tonight is that these problems are not merely an inconvenience. The solid reputation of your county clerk is absolutely essential to the long-term integrity and accountability of your county government. Now, I work for that county government, and I feel I can't sit back and watch this happen. I have the experience and knowledge to fix these problems, to restore that tradition of excellence our clerk's office has always enjoyed. The election is August 30th, 2016, and I humbly ask for your support and your vote on that date. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin. Now we're going to shift gears dramatically and move into mosquito control. For Mosquito Control District 3, we have the incumbent, Steve Smith. He's registered already. Steve, come on up.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Hometown PAC. Many of you have seen me standing up here over the last 19 years talking about mosquito control, being up for re-election. I'm very pleased to have served this community for 20 years next year, and I look forward to your vote and support to serve it for another 4 more years. I've spent my whole time with mosquito control fixing a broken program, making sure it worked efficiently, fiscally responsibly, and we have set up a lot of wonderful programs which you people have, inspectors that come to your home. You have the ability to call if you have a mosquito problem and somebody will be there, usually the same day you call. Sometimes it's a struggle to keep the budget balanced. When people want to roll back taxes, they keep doing rollback. But we now are in a position we have to build a new building because the city wants the building that we have been in since the 1960s. While I don't love the idea of raising taxes, for us to rebuild our reserves and to have money in the bank and pay for this building, we need to raise them about the equivalent of a 12-pack of Coca-Cola that's not on sale. So think about that a little bit. Would you like a good mosquito program, or do you want to save a 12-pack of Coca-Cola? We need mosquito control here. Without it, none of us will want to live here, and visitors will not come, and you will see the economy tank. Thank you. I appreciate your vote in 2016.
All right, we're moving right along. Next up is Mosquito Control District 1. Is Ralph DePalma here? I didn't see him. Okay, well, with that, we have the incumbent, Jill Craney Gage. Come on up, Jill.
Yay! I will be very short and sweet. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jill Craney Gage. I'm currently your District 1 Commissioner for the Mosquito Control Board. I'm currently serving as chair of the board. I was elected in 2012 and I ran on a platform of being fiscally responsible and being transparent. In the last 3 years that I have served on the board, I believe I've kept my word to the voters. We have worked on putting our videos on the website so the constituents and residents in Monroe County that can't make it to our meetings have visibility to see what's going on in mosquito control. As far as being fiscally responsive, over the last 4 out of the 5 years, we have not raised taxes. I agree with Commissioner Smith. We do have some struggles ahead of us, but with my background, I'm currently serving as, I'm the Assistant Finance Director for the Monroe County Sheriff's Department. I have the experience in budget, and I can think outside the box. We need to be more efficient, and we need to find other alternatives to not always look to raise taxes to be the source. So I promise, if I am elected again, I will continue to work hard for you, and I will ask for your vote. Thank you.
I'm going to pick on Jill just a little in that we've been doing this over 10 years, and there's always something we can't account for or expect. I never expected that Jill's shoes would be resonating through the speaker system. But with that, we're going to move up the keys to Group 3, the Group 3 judicial race. We have one candidate here tonight, Sharon Hamilton.
The lights really are bright.
I promise I won't do that. I know what it's like, especially when somebody goes like this. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sharon Isabel Hamilton, and I'm a candidate for County Court Judge, Group 3, located in Plantation Key. I know you are all here tonight focused on your 2015 upcoming election, as you should be, so I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to let you know and inform you that although this seat is located in Plantation Key, it absolutely affects each and every one of you. It is a Monroe County judicial seat. And I know you want to vote for the most experienced and qualified candidate. I have over 26 years experience in the legal field in Monroe County on almost every kind of case, from family to criminal to mental health cases. I have dedicated the last 10 years of my career serving the people of Monroe County and the judiciary in my capacity as a general magistrate and director of case management, appointed by our then Chief Judge, Richard Payne. I look forward to meeting each and every one of you and speaking with you, getting you to know who I am, what I stand for, my experience, my integrity, my compassion, and most of all, my dedication to all of the people of Monroe County. Thank you so much.
A couple of things I should have said. The District 6 seat, in case you don't know, that's Judge Tomey up in Almirada? Yes. Plantation Keep, sorry. And then also Rob Stover has filed to run for that office. He's got a family event going out of town, so he gave his regrets. Okay, switching gears again, but not really because it's still the law. We have 2 people registered for the Public Defender's Office. Sticking with, and we think we've done it without fail tonight, our reverse alphabetical order. Remember, Robert Lockwood.
My name is Robert Lockwood. I'm running for Public Defender, 16th Judicial Circuit. Sorry for the echo. November 2016 is 444 days away. Congratulations to all the 2015 candidates that are out here. You got a lot of work to do. I've found out a lot of things. I've been a state attorney in Broward. I'm a public defender here, an assistant public defender here now. I can run circles around a courtroom, motions, trials, everything. But what's most important is, to me, and I feel most important in this office, is running a business. I used to run a local business, my own dive shop and information centers here in Key West, Florida. When I came in, I graduated from the University of Florida, I came in to run the businesses, and I sat everybody down and I looked at them and I said, I just want everybody to make one thing clear, I'm not better than anybody here in this room. There were about 30 people there. They were probably a little nervous for a doctor's son taking over his family business, but I made it very clear that I wasn't better than them. And that's how I'll run the public defender's office. Equal, everybody's equal. We just have different jobs to do, and that's what I told my employees then, and that's what I'll tell them now. We all have a job to do. I was in charge of, personally in charge of the finances and the budget at the dive shop and our businesses. That's what I want to bring to the table here. I am very close with a lot of people who work there. I am very close with so many people in the court system, the judges, the administration, supervisor of elections, the clerk's office. So I'd like to get to know a lot of people. I did find out one thing, I do not know as many people as I thought I did. So I'd love to meet you guys. I'd love to get out, go to the courts, go to the system, go to where we work, ask about me. Hopefully they'll say good things. If they don't, ignore them. Robert Lockwood, Public Defender 2016.
Thank you, Robert. Next up, and I hope I get it right, Trish. I said it right. Trish Doherty Gibson. Trish.
I think I'm the cleanup hitter today. I am, so that's good news for all of you. My name is Trish Doherty Gibson. I am the Chief Assistant Public Defender. I've been with the Public Defender's Office now, starting on my 21st year. And I've been the Chief Assistant for 12 years. But my love and passion for law started well before, 21 years ago. When I was 13 years old, I read To Kill a Mockingbird, and that was it. I wanted to be Atticus Finch. I wanted to represent people who were charged with offenses and didn't have the resources. The Constitution is near and dear to my heart. When I was in Washington, D.C. and I saw the Constitution, I literally got goosebumps. It is what I have strived for my entire life. In college, I was in administration of justice. In law school, I took every criminal justice class I could take. I transferred to the University of Miami so I could work and intern at the Public Defender's Office in Dade County. I tried murder cases in Dade County as an intern with people who knew what they were doing. I was learning. And now I have tried hundreds of cases here in Monroe County, and I am the person who knows what they're doing. I am the person that can take this office and run with it. I am the person who has the expertise in finance, in the budget. I am the person who can train my attorneys. And in closing, I would just like to say once again, thank you to Rosemary Enright for her endorsement and her giving me this opportunity to learn and get the expertise I need to run this office. Thank you.
Thank you, Trish. And thank all of you. I mean, you're what it's all about. Thank the news media and the studios at Key West again. Great, this was a great venue. I think this worked out very well. So, join Hometown, stay, mingle with everybody. Our next event is September 9th at the Tropic. And they're going to be doing a really good job because they don't want to steal, they don't want the Tropic or that studios to steal us away. Have a great night, everyone.